What is going down, Avengers? Time to assemble for one of the biggest updates that Square Enix has brought to us. My name is Mac here at the MacGyver7 channel. Today, we will be looking at free upgrades, new characters, and a lot of bug fixes that ensue. The patch notes will be linked down below for the full article. We will be skimming through it since there is a ton of stuff that's going to be fixed. So let's go ahead and hop into it, not to waste any time. First and foremost, if you happen to have a PlayStation 4 and or an Xbox One and you're looking for that nice little situation of upgrading, it should be available within inside the stores just like it is on mine on my PlayStation 5. It knows I have the content, so it's like, go ahead and upgrade for free. It's that simple. With the brand new introduction of 1.28, or the follow-up of 1.50, as they like to call it, Square Enix, we will be seeing Clint join the forces of Avengers? Awesome! As you can already see that there's a full breakdown of the next generation you can see right there, but the new hero Clint is going to be coming from a archery and swordsman background. So get ready for that, for as far as the Marvel's Avenger war table becoming a little bit more full. Now, on top of that, the mission that Hawkeye will be doing, the Future Imperfect, will be the journey to find Nick Fury and to prevent the incoming invasion. We want to save that traverse. On top of that, the campaign replays for the long-awaited features for as far as the finally portions of getting it. Yes, we finally got a lot of the situations where you can replay this and have a nice situation. On the harm room, for as far as customizations, we'll be seeing a lot of stuff for community experiences for what people have been desiring from a long-awaited haul that didn't seem like it was going to deliver. On top of that, new enemies in the cargo run for the Synthoids will be appearing in various places. The cargo run will be nice to fill up with a situation of a little bit more XP. Free outfits will be coming down to the situation with Mrs. Marvel, the Night Galaxy outfit, before it disappears into the stars. Make sure you run over there and tell your friends. We can scroll down now for as far as the Reassemble campaign in the Avengers. The placeholder texts have finally been reworked, no longer visible for as far as the entry in the Avengers, now should be there. The abilities to counter no longer resets in Kamala's section of where she was going for the achieved interacting portions of the first terminal, resolving several issues that allowed some players to go out of the world and resulted in players becoming struck. On top of the addressed issues that were rare that caused a combat banter to trigger outside of the combat, which would suck because you're like, hey, I'm just trying to be peaceful, don't tase me, bro. On top of that, it resolved the hitch issues occurring inside of the number of players during the helicarrier cinematics. Tony is no longer absent in the war table during the third visit in the helicarrier, which was preventing a small number of players from progressing. So you should be able to play the game now. On top of the situation that comes in to follow, we see that no longer the faces in the wrong direction following the checkpoints and the reloading. Now you're going to see a way better NPC interaction. The shield employees, for as far as the substantiation of zero, is now 100% more efficient as they are no longer typing on the powered down table. Oh yay, awesome. On top of that, the server hacking events during our town no longer triggers permanently, resolving a looping checkpoint. The reloaded encounters by the small number of players who were falling into the river and entering the Avengers. Enemies and NPCs come back into the target, as we can see that they're no longer visible in the final cutscene and the agents of Midgard. On top of the visual effects, the electric haze now have a more accurate hitbox indicator. Equipping the Star Boost armor upon re-entering to the helicarrier for the fourth time no longer halts the progression. Fix the rare issues where completing the object and defeating all enemies on the first floor of the Desert Hive mission would not result in progression. On top of that, as we scroll down, we can see that it resolves a huge bug for as far as the help of Banner. The campaign where the camera would get stuck in front of the war table, resulting in the players unable to move away from their console. Resolving the situations that move on past that for hero specific and the harm missions were inaccessible for the fans who entered the Avengers initiative before starting the Reassemble campaign. The next fix that slams into us is the preventing some players from playing the flashback mission. Various crashes and black screens and loading issues on top of the more than inhuman mission could disappear from the war table. broken save stats, blocking progression. One of the biggest issues that Marvel's Avengers has had is literally blocking progression. It makes Cyberpunk 2027 seem like actually a good game. But both of them are pretty horrible, and hopefully after this patch, this game will actually be decent. So leave a comment down below. How is your experience? Are you enjoying this? Have you been waiting for this long-awaited safe haven of an update? Moving on past that, we can see that an issue where an AI companions would walk and stomp short of the console when instructed to hack, them using the ping system. For as far as the issues that follow with the heroic gauntlet, the Mega Hive mission, the chain would remain on the war table after being completed, potentially blocking the progression. What a surprise! Where an issue of the mission of the Evil Reborn in the Hive mine mission, the chain could be remained inside of the war table after completion. The mission QOL, for as far as the updates, has several fixes for as far as the coordination of that situation after completion. Let me guess, holding back your progression. The elite villain sectors are now hidden after they are completed from the mission in the chain. Duplicate villain sectors will no longer appear between the factions, and the flashback missions can now be completed once a day. Improved visual abilities and rewards at the end of the mission. Very awesome. Now, multiplayer and matchmaking definitely come into a good situation as strike teams make the list in the Avengers initiative. For as far as what we will be seeing now for the same animation when NPCs are hit, Thor's charged range attack addresses other issues where it allows players an infinite spawn during the heroic gauntlet if there were the last eligible hero and was in use of another player on the strike team. Players no longer become struck at the hero's roster for as far as the selecting the invite and dismissing of the prompt is active. For as far as the fixed issues, the players were significantly dropped upon picking up or destroying gear in multiplayer. The Hive mission, which was pretty much broken as hell, as you can see, is continuously repeated. The rather stats of what they have basically come down to situations of the initial equipment and unequipping. So basically putting on and off your gear was a bug. The aim defectors no longer take damage before the players reach them, which could result in the failure state before starting a mission beginning, basically meaning holding you back again. They should have just said we fixed a lot of missions that were holding you back. These are the applicable points. It would have been a lot easier than them just being redundant. Fixed issues also continue as the strike team, at least 3 players could be blocked when players were readiness up for as far as the host leaves and the game triggers a migration. This results in them loading indefinitely for infinity, only resolving when other players would leave the strike team. It seems like they've been repeating themselves again. So, on top of that, temporary changes in the quick matches for as far as the war zone and the power level required for the quick matches in the pool to address the scenarios where the players who is below the power level requirement in the war zone quick match for as far as a group that prevents the war zone from launching. Players can still matchmake for as far as what ends up happening inside of that war zone and the power level requirements for as far as the direct selecting of the war zone and the table. Entering matchmaking specific war zone. We are working on a more robust solution for implementing future releases. Various matchmaking and stability. This seems like this is an open issue that they basically just said, hey, we know this is an issue and we're having an issue with progression again. Yay. Don't even put that. With those out of the way, arts and animation come to a situation with Hulk's hair, we have Jarvis VO, Shields, Kamala's smile. There's a ton of stuff that's just very minute that they detailed that you can definitely look for as far as what's going to end up happening. Nothing for as far as big, but I'm going to sum up that Squaresoft's going to be redundant, and I'm just not going to waste your time or my time to read something that possibly is still broken or them just basically apologizing midway through this. For as far as the user interface, we're going to be getting nice brush up portions for Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, no longer in the T-pose a few frames after being selected. You're going to see a lot of situations for the improved characters and the models. You'll see a ton of stuff for as far as what they fixed and built upon in the 4.0 update, so the 1.4 that was supposed to be fixed for a good amount of seconds. We'll scroll down for as far as what the remaining portion is. As you can see, combat also makes a huge list. After reading the two first sections, I'm not even going to be surprised if they continue to repeat themselves in this situation. Now, you can see that there is a lot of fixes, definitely coming down to situations that will coordinate you and happiness. If these are situations that you are definitely seeing an improvement, leave a comment down below. I'd like to know for as far as what you have to show and what's actually true. Because quite frankly, after reading that first two segments, it just seems like this is just crap. And that we got a new character and they gave us a free upgrade to keep the franchise alive. We're still having delays on Spider-Man, and then perk removes and increasements, as you can see right over there. So Iron Man, Heroes Challenges, continue to scroll down, and then known issues and workarounds. Great. That should have been the whole top section up there. But everyone, at this point in time, I'm sorry to be a little exhausted about this, but this is just something that's kind of, frankly, don't put a patch out if it's not ready. Don't try to short sell the gaming community and continue to trick them into playing a game that's broken, because I'm tired of games like Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed and Valhalla, their poor attempt at Watch Dogs Legions. What happened to the good old days when you just released a game when it was actually working? The fact that we have to get a big ass update like this and then halfway through it's redundant and them saying, oh, this is broken, we're still working on this and this other stuff. Stop being confusing, Square Enix. Do your damn job. And do your damn job good. We as the gamers don't deserve this. We're not just money and cash cows to you. So if you're newer to the network and you'd like to share what your experience was for as far as what this new update, I'd like to hear that. I want to hear from my community members as well to hear what exactly is happening, because quite frankly, this is kind of grotesque. This seems like a huge 30-minute read of bullshit. So hopefully it's not bullshit, and I will see you guys and gals in the near future. You can always like, share, and subscribe for more future content of stuff where we can break down an actual patch note that seems a little bit more realistic. I know that they are building this up, but again, I think that this is just a new character, a whole bunch of new bugs that are going to roam around, and you get a free upgrade. Awesome. Awesome. I'm not impressed. Do a better job, Square Enix.